especially a spouse who's wanting to kind of hold that pressure back and not let their spouse feel the whole weight of it, you can end up getting crushed by that. And I think you just get tired. And when you're tired, you do give up. And sometimes that's all you can do. So I think my best advice and what I experienced was that in order to protect the relationship between me and Nia, I had to surround myself with people who could shoulder my grief and give me encouragement and love.
Yes.
That's what I needed.
Can you talk about the constant too? Because I think the Rob Bell thing, that to me, you came across this thing and set you up for being able to do all that other stuff.
So I was a pastor, was a lay minister. And so I would listen to podcasts all the time. And I was listening to a Rob Bell podcast, who is like, I love Rob Bell. If you're not familiar with him, he is a great gateway. If you have been a Christian and have deconstructed and need, a little tie back in, he's fantastic. But he was just spitballing some ideas for a book. And he was throwing out this idea that our deepest desires lead us to who we truly are. And so we can be afraid of our desires, or we can listen to them and let them take us to the root of who we are. And so I'm driving in my car. I probably had a sleeping kid in the back. And I was thinking, what do I really want from my life? And I was like, I know it was not even a question. I want Nia. I want this family, and I want this life that we're building. And so hands down, I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep this.
Wow.
And that became my constant. It was so clear to me. Nope, this love is worth fighting for. This life is worth fighting for. And by God, I'm going to die trying to hold on to this. So finding that constant and knowing why I was doing this, why I was standing up to this, made all the difference.
Yeah, I just from my observation, that was super key, because Katie got more dumped on than I did, because she was protecting me in those moments from outside sources. And so she absorbed a lot of garbage. And I think that it seems like, looking back, that was a big key.
And that came largely from the church. Am I right?
Yeah, it did. Yep. A lot of places, but yes.
Yeah. I would say our community, we had a really beautiful community of people. Our systematic religion did not like what was happening. Yeah. And so, I kind of like to say that our love outgrew the system that we were in, which is tragic, because we grew up Christian. We follow the way of Jesus. That was what Jesus preached. And to me, it was like asinine that this was shutting us down, when that's all that Jesus said is like love.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys are such powerful examples. And let me just put this out. I know that your story is not everybody's story. And it's okay if you have a spouse, much maybe like more my story, that cannot participate in this journey with you. And that's okay. And that's valid. That's where you are. But the reason I love Nia and Katie's story is because it is a story of using the difficulty and the turmoil and even trauma that a transition like this could cause, but showing how redemptive that can be, and how beautiful it can be, and how healing that can be, not only for you two as a couple, but for us as a community, and for people that can use you and your experiences. And so thank you it would be so easy, especially with some of the things that you've faced there, just to kind of be internal and self-focused and just caring for your family. But you guys hadn't done that. You guys have continued to live openly and out front, and creating organizations and support for people that have gone through that. And that's amazing. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. We believe in optimism and in hope. And as many tragic stories as there are, we've discovered there are so many beautiful stories. So the more we can tell our story, the more people can see this is possible.
Yes, exactly.
Is reality. I think that creates hope and joy inside of our community. Definitely. At least I think that's true.
Definitely. Absolutely. 100%. And so
So Lena, do you have any last words for our listener and audience?
I guess the one thing I would say is have your support around you. So if you are unsure that your spouse, will be supportive of your family, there are other people out there.
Yes.
I found a good trans support group even here in Des Moines, Iowa, when I was coming out, and having really good friends that you can talk to about this stuff, and kind of those, circles of, safety as you go out too, is super key as you come out, especially to a spouse, if you're unsure of how they're going to react. Find somebody you can talk to, if not a therapist, hopefully, also a friend, and reach out to us. This is for like, I don't even know where to start. Well, we go, tell me about yourself and let's talk about what you can do.
Exactly.
We are not therapists. So, I mean, that's the other thing is you need to have a therapist.
Right.